Race medicine is actually a new field, a newer field. Historically, if a marathon were in your town, often what would happen is a physician from the local hospital might be asked to kind of support the sideline without having any particular training in dealing with race-related injuries, let's say musculoskeletal injuries or dehydration or gastrointestinal issues that come up. But as people have become more extreme in the sort of racing they will do, you now see very long races, sometimes a 100-mile race at a time, or a multi-day race that's several hundred miles long in a extreme environment, Jordanian desert, in the Sahara, in the Amazon, and specially trained physicians are needed to deal with these racers, to deal with not only their physical problems, but kind of the psychology of the racer. I think people are looking to see what the limits of human physiology are, and I think that the humans are very resilient. Our bodies are resilient, our minds are resilient, and I think we are able to challenge ourselves a lot more than many of us think that we can. So I think you have a certain group of people who physiologically and psychologically can do this, can kind of keep pushing and pushing and pushing with these challenges. The downside is that we don't know a lot about what happens to the body during these events or even after these events. What are the long-term consequences of running thousands of miles in training for a 300-mile race in a hot environment? We just don't know yet, because this is just coming on. But I think what we are learning now is what does happen to the body potentially during these races. So you're having a small group of physicians that are now becoming extreme race or experts. Education, yes. So actually, the Wilderness Medical Society, for one, actually has a specialty conference just based on the treatment of extreme athletes, based out of a lot of research that was from the Western States endurance race, which is a 100-mile long race. I've participated in several adventure races, which are multi-sport off-road races, usually mountain biking, trail running, rowing, orienteering. Sometimes there's rappelling or climbing involved, and some specialty events. I've done an ultra marathon before, an off-road ultra marathon. I think there's obviously there are health benefits. It ensures that I don't just sit in my office all day, that I have to get out and exercise. Number two is it's very social, I think, as one gets older. I'm not worried about times. I don't know how many people are, but it's a very social event. We have to do these adventure races as teams, so you're never alone. More and more recently, though, there have been solo divisions that have started, but prior to this, it was always a team-based event. Then it's a different set of accomplishment, I think, for a lot of successful people. You go through life with different accomplishments, right? You get your high school diploma, maybe you were a student athlete, and maybe you go to college and you graduate, but at some point, once you have a family and you have kids, I think it's very easy to almost fall into the trap of finding success through your family or through your kids, but you forget about kind of achieving for yourself. So I think for me personally, it's a good feeling to know that I could still go and try something new or challenge myself in a different way from what I've done traditionally over the years. For me, it's always ongoing training. Every year I go and train more in wilderness medicine. I either go to conferences. I have not done much field teaching in the past few years, as I've gone to an administrative route pathway in my job, but I'm hoping to get back into that. There will be a cost basis always to obtain the training. Hopefully if physicians are part of a health system, they certainly maybe have CME money that they can use and cover.